All right, let's do this. Let's get today started. Let me ask you a question. What would you do if you had to start over? If you had to walk back into an industry after years away, knowing that people would look at your record, your gaps and experience, maybe even past mistakes, and judge you based on that? Because that's exactly where I found myself. 2 years out of trucking, stepping back in, knowing I had to prove myself all over again. But before we get into the hiring process, let's talk about what's really going on in trucking right now. Because if you don't understand the market, you might be walking into a game that's rigged against you. What to expect in this video. How I got hired after 2 years out of trucking. Why experience can outweigh setbacks like a speeding ticket or a gap in employment. The importance of choosing the right CDL school and not cutting corners. Industry updates, rates, and new laws that can affect your money. Why trucking is just a vehicle, and how I'm setting up bigger plays with credit and business moves. And before we jump in, this is Shagbag TV, where we turn lessons into blessings. Hit that like, subscribe, and stay locked in. Because today, we're not just talking trucking, we're talking strategy. All right, I already did a pre-trip. This is my first day on the job. I got a bobtail to another location. I did a pre-trip right now. When I get there, I got to do another pre-trip. Far so good. It is icy out and dangerous. Make sure there's nothing in there. Close this for now. All right, first mission accomplished. It's gonna be a 4-hour trip, so let's drive safe, baby. Let's play a little game. I got, let's see, about 6 hours left of driving. Okay, no, not even 5.5. So I still got to pick up backhaul. I got 4 hours and a half to get there, and this is on the regular GPS. Do you think that I could make it back? Tired as hell. Oh man. I told you I wasn't gonna make it. See what we got going on here. Woo! Cute. Not made for a king. All right, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to get this started. All right, truckers, business owners, and road warriors. Before we get rolling, let's talk transparency. Where is this data coming from? FTR Transportation Intelligence, Sonar Freight Analytics, Truckstop.com, DAT Freight Analytics. I do not have any affiliations. This is just where I'm getting some of the information. This is data from January 2025, and since I just got back in the game, I'm also working with other truckers to get fresh numbers, data, and raw information from their experience. We're all trying to figure out where the money is and where the dead zones are. So consider this the first step in a deeper dive into real market trends right here, right now. Because not every lane is paying, and some of y'all are driving straight into a losing game. Just like your favorite team at the Super Bowl right now. But that's a different subject. Who's in and who's out? 495 carriers shut down last month in January. They hit the brakes and exited the industry faster than Big Meech, aka Big Screech, jumped in and out of 50's commodity. He didn't do the research. They found out it wasn't the real Rick Ross and took a loss. Contract carriers are making 42 cents per mile more than spot carriers. If you're out here running spot loads only, it's like playing blackjack at the Truckstop casino. Sometimes you win, but mostly you're paying the house. Stay focused, stay away from lot lizards. Where you could make the money. Best drive-in markets: Green Bay, Columbus, Atlanta, KC, Cincinnati. Speaking of Cincinnati, you seen those hate protesters? They got beat up and won stupid prizes. Yeah, they got stretched out. But let me get back on subject. I'm getting sidetracked. Best reefer markets: Joplin, Joliet, Milwaukee, Chicago, Allentown. Best flatbed markets: Midwest, East, but don't go to California. Why you should avoid California? Easy to get in, but damn near impossible to get out. Diesel is high, winter road closures are wild, and if you don't have a dedicated backhaul, you're deadheading for miles. Or as Biggie said, I'm not going back to Cali, West Coast. It's like that old school song that I'm not going to attempt to sing, that Hotel California. It's a beautiful place, but you ain't going to leave. So here's the real question. Are you trying to get into trucking to be a business owner, or are you looking for a job as a driver? Because the way the industry is set up, the path you choose is going to determine how much money you make, how much freedom you have, and how much risk you take on. If you want to be an owner operator, high risk, high reward. You control the truck, but you also take all the expenses. Market knowledge is key. If you don't understand the rates and freight lanes, you'll lose money fast. You need a strong business credit and funding backing, because without it, you're just another driver with a truck payment. If you're looking to be a company driver, it's less risk, steady paycheck. You don't deal with fuel costs, insurance, or maintenance. Easier to get started. You just need a CDL and a company willing to hire you. Experience matters. The better your record, the better the job offers. Either way, the goal is the same. Make money, secure the bag, and move smart. Now let's talk where the freight actually is. Because if you're hauling in the wrong places, you're working twice as hard for half the money. Severe overcapacity. Too many trucks, not enough loads. Texas, less than half loads per truck. If you're running out of Texas, you're competing in a cutthroat market. Balanced markets, decent freight availability. Idaho and Montana, 1 to 1.5 loads per truck. Not great, but manageable. Undercapacity, where you could make some shmoney. Michigan and Ohio, 1.5 to 2 loads per truck. Washington and Arkansas, 2 to 3 loads per truck. Oregon and Louisiana, 3 to 10 loads per truck. Well, watch out for places like Oregon right now, because they are chaining up. And some of those stop agents don't know the laws. So if you're chasing the freight, just look for the imbalance. Too many trucks and the rates drop. Too little freight and you're deadheading miles for no reason. And now for some political nonsense, because the trucking industry never gets a break. Well, truckers get a 30-minute break. Overtime pay, not happening anytime soon. The Fair Labor Standard Act, FLSA, still exempts truckers from overtime pay. The DAT Truckers Act is supposed to fix it, but let's be real. It's moving slower than a Swift driver backing into a dock. Trump's new transportation policies, prioritizing grants for high marriage, high birth rates. So if you're single and childless, good luck on getting funding where you live. And immigrant truckers are getting deported still. Yes, they are. All right. Now that you know what's going on in the industry, let's talk about how I got hired after 2 years away from trucking. Here's what helped me land a job after 2 years out the game. My CDL was still valid. Thank God. I took the written test and I didn't let it go. If you let yours expire, you're making things 10 times harder on yourself. Experience helped me bypass certain negatives, speeding tickets, employment gaps. If you know how to sell yourself, you could still get hired. I focus on companies that actually hire drivers with gaps. Not all companies will take you if you've been away too long. Research is key, because you don't want to waste your time and you don't want to waste theirs. Too many people think CDL guarantees them a job. Nah, it's not 2015. You have to be strategic. Is trucking still worth it? The market isn't what it used to be, but if you move right, you could still make the money. Remember to always take care of your health. when you get in and you start making money and the right moves, because what happened with Irv Gotti, although it's not trucking, it should be a lesson. Chasing the bag is cool, but health is wealth. You can't spend all your riches and money when you're gone and dead. RIP to him. Let's go through some key takeaways. Know if you want to be an owner operator or a company driver. Understand where the freight actually is. And if you're re-entering the game, position yourself right. Before we wrap this up, I want to share some quick personal wins. I'm going on my 3rd year sober. Although I haven't had a need to go to AA meetings, I'm going to make some time to share my testimony to anybody that's on this sober path. And it's just getting easier. I never looked back once I knew I can't go out like a sucker. And I finally got my U.S. passport. It just came through the mail. But I'm not stopping there. I'm working on getting my Mexican passport or temporary residency too. Because at the end of the day, I want options, especially with everything that's going on. And I fired myself in regards on working on my credit. I hired a small team. I'm taking a leap of faith. Listen, I got to concentrate on making this money and take a step back to take 3 steps forward. Less stress dealing with the credit reporting agencies. The Trump administration just got rid of the CFPB. So this is going to be a wild fight and an interesting one. And that's another reason why I'm so big on credit, business, and trucking, because it's all connected. It's about freedom. It's about fighting for it and not giving up. Drop a comment, subscribe, and stay tuned, because I'm bringing in guests to talk about credit, trucking, and business strategies, and different entrepreneurs for different niches, so we could keep our options open. This is Shagbag TV, where we turn lessons into blessings. Let's get it.